Hello everyone, today I have for you a selection of really exciting films that will definitely not leave you indifferent. Get ready for fascinating stories, unexpected twists and turns and vivid emotions. Old guy. When it comes to eliminating targets, elderly hitman Denny Dolinsky still believes in his impeccable professional acumen, despite arthritis and age. But times are changing, and to prove his worth, he is forced to train a new generation of mercenaries. His partner is the ambitious but overconfident Wickelborg, a representative of Generation Z, who is assigned a deadly mission. However, the task of eliminating influential members of the criminal syndicate turns out to be a trap. Now mentor and apprentice will have to join forces to survive in this deadly confrontation. Will they be able to find common ground and turn their forced cooperation into a formidable tandem? The film combines a classic action film with a touch of irony, offering viewers spectacular scenes, charismatic characters, and a clash of views from two different eras. Love hurts. Marvin Gable lives a seemingly flawless life, a successful realtor, a respected man in the respectable suburb of Milwaukee. But the past is not so easily forgotten. One day he receives a mysterious letter from Rose, the woman he once betrayed, leaving him for certain death. Now Rose is alive and warns him he is being followed by his brother Knuckles, a brutal criminal mastermind who does not forgive betrayal. It turns out that Marvin's flawless smile and elegant suits hide his dark past, full of violence, deceit and old sins. The film balances between neo-noir and psychological thriller, keeping the viewer guessing who is the real predator and who is the victim in this story. Can old wounds heal, or does love really hurt? Popeye's Revenge. In a quiet provincial town, a boy named Popeye is born, a child with a disfigurement but incredible physical strength. His unusual appearance makes him a target for cruel taunts, until one day he responds to the bullying of school bullies with horrifying ferocity. His house is set on fire along with his parents, and Popeye himself, covered in burns, is thrown into the waters of a nearby lake, disappearing without a trace. Years pass, and a group of young enthusiasts decide to move into a long-abandoned house to clean it up and open a summer camp there. What they don't know is that the place holds its own terrifying history, and that the man everyone thought was dead has been lurking in the dark all along. Now Popeye, embittered against the world because of his parents' deaths, emerges from his decades-long shadow to remind the town of his revenge. Popeye's Revenge is a tense slasher filled with sinister atmosphere, brutal massacres, and a ruthless thirst for retribution that no one can escape. The Last Showgirl. In 1987, young dancer Shelley joined the legendary revue Arzel Diesel, fulfilling a dream. For the sake of the stage, she sacrificed her relationship with her family, who never accepted her choice. Decades later, she still clings to that world, struggling to keep up with the young dancers she has long since come to regard as her daughters. But one day her familiar world comes crashing down. The show is closed. For the young colleagues, who can easily find new jobs, it is just another stage. But for Shelley, a lonely 50-year-old woman, the stage is her whole life. Now she must face the inevitable changes and try to figure out if she has a future beyond the bright lights and raucous applause. The Last Showgirl is a heartfelt drama about timing, sacrifice for dreams, and the fear of being unwanted. The film is about fighting for yourself, accepting the inevitable, and the fact that even behind the closed curtain, a new chapter can begin. The Brutalist. In 1947, Hungarian architect László Tóth, with dreams of a new beginning and penniless, leaves post-war Europe and emigrates to the United States. Managing to get only 25 from the local authorities, he finds shelter with his cousin Attili and his wife Audrey in Philadelphia, where they own a furniture shop. László begins a new life, helping his relatives with their business and dreaming of smuggling his wife Erzsébet and sick niece to America. However, László's world changes when he meets a mysterious client whose influence on his life will have unpredictable consequences. Tóth soon finds himself caught up in the complex entanglements of business, family, and his hidden architectural ambition to cross the threshold of mediocrity and become something more. The Brutalist is a tense drama about a man trying to find his place in a foreign land, facing hardships, internal conflicts, and unexpected choices that change his destiny. Young Clotter, with a pure heart and full of hope, falls in love with Jackie, a modest girl from a good family who seems to be the embodiment of everything he dreams of. But the temptations of the streets and the shadows of a life of crime draw him to the dark side, where he must face fateful decisions and loss. After betrayal and a tragic accident that separates them for years, fate brings them together again. Reunited, Clotter and Jackie realize they were made for each other. But Jackie's new complicated and dangerous surroundings, as well as Clotter's old enemies who still have him in their claws, hinder their happiness. Life presents them with a terrible choice. Either she stays with him, risking her safety, or she must protect her son and make a complete break with his world. El Amor Auf is a drama about love, betrayal and the struggle for the future, in which the characters face the inevitable consequences of their choices and confront the fact that, for true love, you sometimes have to go to any lengths. El Llanto. Andrea is a young student living in Madrid who has recently suffered a bereavement, the death of her mother. However, grief and loneliness turn out to be only the beginning of her nightmare. Soon the girl begins to notice strange and frightening phenomena. A mysterious blood-chilling creature, Wapel, stalks her, making her feel a constant fear. But worst of all is a frightening human figure that can only be seen in photos or videos, as if it exists outside of reality, but does not disappear from her life. When Andrew manages to find out that several years ago this sinister creature appeared and haunted two other girls, she realizes that her torment is not accidental. Now it is up to her to solve the terrible mystery and try to survive as the creature's riddle becomes increasingly unsolvable. El Llanto is a psychological thriller with elements of horror that plays with perceptions of reality and fear. The film plunges the viewer into a darkness where truth and fiction are intertwined and the presence of evil is felt at every turn. A Complete Unknown is a film that tells the story of an iconic figure in music, Bobby Dylan, and the turning point of his career in 1965. Even then, he was already the voice of a generation, a symbol of the folk movement and a true star who revitalized the genre in the US. But with the release of Bringing It All Back Home and then his first electric concert, a new era in his life and work began. Changing his acoustic sound to electric rock, Dylan faced harsh criticism from his fans who could not understand his change. However, the move was not only a turning point in his musical career, but also allowed him to attract even more admirers, opening up new horizons and audiences. The film immerses the viewer in a world of change, doubt and bold moves, showing how one of the most controversial transformations in music history lead to the creation of new musical horizons and the formation of a true legend. Into the Wonderwoods is a colorful and moving adventure that takes viewers into a world of fantasy and self-discovery. The story is about a boy named Angelo who, as the middle child in his family, dreams of great exploration and adventure. When his beloved grandmother falls seriously ill, the family goes to visit her, but in their haste and fatigue, they forget the boy at a patrol station. Finding himself alone, Angelo almost succumbs to panic, thinking his life will end amongst patrol hoses and random motorists. However, his vivid imagination and inner voice, which sounds his grandmother's voice and quotes her words of wisdom, prompt him to embark on an incredible journey. The boy goes to a mysterious forest inhabited by strange creatures, and in the process meets new friends, exploring the wonders of the world and solving his own fears. The film is made in a unique animation style, where the reality around the hero is three-dimensional and stylized in stop motion, and Angelo's fantasies literally come to life, turning into comic book pages. Into the Wonderwoods is an exciting and colorful story about growing up, exploring the world and the power of imagination that will leave a mark on hearts. Thank you for watching to the end. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss new episodes. And if you have any thoughts or questions, write in the comments, I'll be sure to read them. See you in the next video.